factoring x squared plus bx plus c when b is negative and c is positive. The method is still the same, but the founded number are going to be different kinds. So what goes on the top is multiplication, that is 12. And what goes on the bottom is the center term, that is negative 8. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply, you get 12. And when you add or subtract, you get negative 8. So whenever you have a multiplication positive, it means that either you're multiplying two negative numbers or two positive numbers. So in this case, we have to multiply two negative numbers because negative 6, negative 2 is negative 8. So that's why the two pairs we found is negative 6 and negative 2. You make the two pairs, so that's x and x. So this number is negative 6 and negative 2. You can check it back so you can see if these are the right factors. That's very important. You can use the FOIL method for that. So you got here is x squared, x times negative 2 is negative 2x. And then you're going to get here is negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 2 is plus 12. When you combine the like terms inside, you get x squared minus 8x plus 12. So these are the right factors because when we multiply them, we got the same equation. Similarly, for number 5, the multiplication is 3, addition goes negative 4. So the two numbers that you are writing are 3 and negative 4. When you multiply two numbers, you get 3, and when you add them, you get negative 4, are negative 3 and negative 1, because when you add them, you get negative 4. Write them into a factor form, and then you're going to FOIL to see if they are the right factors. So combine them. You got negative x squared minus 4x plus 3. And this is what you had originally. So it should be the right factor. Sorry, I used x squared. It should be w, but I'm so used to using x. That's why I used x in this one as well. Next is number 6. What goes on the top is 35. And on the bottom is negative 12. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply, you get 35 positive. And when you add them, you get negative 12. So we can try negative 7 and negative 5. Obviously, when we add them, it's going to be negative 12. And we multiply, it's going to be positive 35. Write them in a factor and make sure they are the right factor. And if they are the right factor, they should give us the same equation as above. I'm gonna change that to n because again this should be n. So that's going to be n squared minus 5n minus 7n plus 35. So now n squared minus 12n plus 35, and that's what we had it originally. So for number 7, you're going to write the last number as a product on the top and the center term on the bottom. Two number you're looking for is negative 12 and negative 2. When you multiply, you get 24. When you add, you get negative 14. Write these one into a factor form, and then you're gonna make sure when you FOIL them, you get the original equation. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 2 is negative 2x, negative 12 times x is negative 12x, negative 12 times negative 2 is 24. Combine the like terms, You get x squared minus 10x plus 24. So now we're going to do example 3. We're going to factoring the x squared plus bx plus c when c is negative this time. So because c is negative, p and q must have different sign. So whenever you have c negative, it means p should and q should have different sign, that p times q should be negative. Now you're going to find two numbers that multiplies to negative c this time and add to b. So if looking at this example number 3, where the c is negative 21, that goes on the top, and the sum, that is the center term 4, goes on the bottom. The number that you're looking for are going to be, when you multiply you get negative 21, and when you add or subtract them you get 4, and those numbers can be 7 times negative 3. And you can see that 7 minus 3 is 4, and 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. So p and q should be different sign. Now we're going to write it into factor form. So x plus 7 times x minus 3. And then you're going to use the FOIL to see if the factor that you got for the standard form is correct. So you got x squared minus 3x plus 7x minus 21. Combine the like term, you got x squared plus 4x plus or minus 21. For question number 8, again, what goes on the top is the number negative 15, and on the bottom would be 2. The two numbers looking for are going to be 5 times negative 3, because 5 minus 3 is 2, and 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So the two factors are x plus 5 times x minus 3. You always FOIL them back to make sure we have the right or correct factors of the given standard equation. X times x is x squared, and then you're going to have negative 3x plus 5x minus 15. Combine the like terms, x squared plus 2x minus 15, and that's what you had originally as a standard form. Next is the number that goes on the top is negative 30, on the bottom is 13. You're looking for two numbers, and you can say that those numbers are going to be 15 minus 2. 15 minus 2 is 13, and 15 times negative 2 is negative 30. X plus 15, x minus 2. FOIL to make sure that you get the original equation. And you have here is x squared plus 13x minus 30. Okay, again I use the x variable where I was given with the y variable. So just ignore that please and use the y variable. Next is number 10, where the c is negative 20 and the b is 1. In front of the v there is 1. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply you get negative 20, and when you add them you get 1. So those are negative 4 and 5. So 5 minus 4 1, and you're going to make factors of the numbers. That is going to be v plus 5, v minus 4. You will check by foiling if you get the same as above. So next is -12, -1. The two numbers multiply to get -12 and add to get -1 are -5 plus 4. And then factors are z minus 1, z plus 4. Next is number 12, when you have c as -26 and b as -11. You're looking for two numbers. When you multiply, you're going to get -26. Those are -13 and plus 2. -13 plus 2 give you sum 11. Next is when you have -40 and -3. -8 plus 5, when you add them, you get -3. When you multiply, you get -40. So the factors are x minus 8 times x plus 5.